RMJ Movie Reviews back again with an on-the-fly movie review of Blair Witch. Not the Blair Witch Project, not Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows. Just plain old Blair Witch. Man, look, I'm going to call this right off now. I'm not going to get... Look, only thing I'll say is, again, RMJ Movie Review flashback. I was a junior in high school when the original Blair Witch Project came out. I, like everybody else, saw all the stuff on MTV, the documentary. I wasn't sure if it was real, if it was not. Since I was so movie savvy and I've been watching movie specials going all the way back to like Terminator 2 in 1991, of which I still have on VHS tape in my house that aired on Showtime, I was kind of a little bit more ahead of the game. Because remember, guys, this is pre-internet, so we didn't have, Google and all these spoilers and all that stuff. That stuff wasn't highly known yet. It was kind of sprinkled around with stuff with Scream and little other things, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is now, where you can just Google the whole damn movie. Anyway, I did not see the Blair Witch Project at the movie theater. I saw it when it first came to Blockbusters. I think that was 99, or maybe it was 2000. I can't remember, but I saw it when it first came to home video. And I liked the film, but only because I was so savvy in the filmmaking and stuff at the time that I understood what it was. You know what I mean? I understood what they were going for. I used to watch like Cinemax Vanguard and all that kind of stuff because we had cable back then. So I was open to always watching anything. So the movie didn't tick me off because I had no expectations. I wasn't fooled by the stuff. I knew what they were trying to do. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, I did not see at the theater either. I saw that when it first came to Blockbusters, and I hated it. I thought it was garbage. A friend of mine had told me that I worked with. He was like, oh, it was good, man. The goth girl, they went back and looked at the footage. She stabbed the dude in the grocery store, blah, blah, blah. I saw Book of Shadows, and that movie was trash. I hated it. Matter of fact, I've seen Book of Shadows one time. And I remember seeing pieces of it again, like on the Sci-Fi Channel, like years later. And there's even some bad movies I go back and watch just to like double check and see if it is bad. I remember I double clicked through Book of Shadows when it came on Sci-Fi a couple years later, and I quickly cut it off. Only thing I remember is how there was all this crazy stuff going on in the movie, and they were trying to, don't jump off the edge, and then they rewind the footage, and then it turns out that they actually were murdering all these people and didn't realize it. I don't know, it's a stupid movie. I hated it. I heard about all the drama. Either way, it's garbage. But the only thing I like about Blair Witch 2 is I love that really cool shot that they had on all the TV trailers with the camera sweeping over the woods, because I thought that actual shot looked creepy. That was about as good as that movie ever got. This movie is some straight up garbage, man. And I tell you why. Not because technically the cinematography is not good. Not because the acting is decent. Not because the scares are okay. And I will emphasize the scares are only okay. They're not great. Some people said the finale really gave them chills and all of that. It didn't do nothing for me. Maybe I'm just being cynical. But I know I love double toasted movie reviews, and I know when I listen to the I can't remember the main guy who's like the host of the show, he called BS on it when I read the review, and I'm with him, man. This movie, the reason it sucked is because what you have here is a case of the Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Basically, Evil Dead 2 is a remake of the Evil Dead. It's just a shorter, big budgeted version of the first movie with less people, right? This one here, this is the same thing with the Blair Witch Project versus Blair Witch. This is just a bigger budgeted remake of the first movie. The story beats are exactly the same. If anything, I could give Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2 is that they tried to do something different. They didn't have nothing to work with, but that's okay. They at least tried to be different. This is exactly beat for beat. And I'm saying the scenes are exactly the same. If you could put some scenes from the first one on a split screen and put scenes from this new thing right next to it, it's exactly the same. They throw in the little tidbit about, oh, my sister went missing back in 1999. I want to see she's around. Halfway through the movie, the characters like quickly forget they're even looking for somebody, and it just turns into the first movie. You know, there's one dude who's like cracking jokes and laughing and stuff, and it's like, dude, his sister could be dead. Why are you just laughing and making a joke out of it? Look, don't get me wrong. Some of the scares are okay. It's not that the scares are bad, and it's not that the cinematography is bad. It's that it's the same movie. Exactly the same. And just like the first movie, people end up going missing. There's noises outside the tent. The little stick figures are hanging up. Again, like the first movie, they don't find any fingers or limbs in a bag, but there's something that is very similar to something like that that happens in the story. And just like in the first one, man, whatever, man, this is just spoilers. And just like the first one, they find the house for the finale. And just like the first movie, they find somebody in the corner. Only this time, the camera doesn't cut when they find the person in the corner. This time, okay, look, y'all, spoilers. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this time, the witch actually does find them. You only get a glimpse of the witch. You don't even really see the witch. You kind of see little tidbits. And I will admit that the little tidbits you see with the witch, I think it was pretty cool. It was creepy. There was a cool little moment where she got stuck like in a hole under the house. Really claustrophobic. I thought that was cool. And I will say the cinematography when they find the house at the end is utterly fantastic. With the lights going through the slots. Cool stuff. But then pretty much after you see the little tiny glimpses of the Blair Witch, whatever that is, it ends just like the first one. Ah! And the camera falls over. So that's what you have for Blair Witch 2016. They waited, how many years is that? 17 years. I think that's 17. They waited 17 years just to remake the damn movie exactly the same way. They didn't even okay, say for example, we look at a remake like The Hills Have Eyes 2006 movie, right? Alexandra Aja's movie, right? You can look at Wes Craven's Hills Have Eyes, and you can look at Hills Have Eyes '06, and you could say they're the same movie, but Alexandra Aja made his movie. You know, the intro is different. The third act is different. The middle section is essentially the same movie with the trailer attack and all of that. But it did things different enough so that it wasn't exactly the same movie as Wes Craven's movie. So it was a nice balance of same movie in terms of the story beats, but you know, they did different things with the bad guys. The violence was a lot harder. They kind of added a little bit of a different backstory to the bad guys. They took a different dynamic. The first Hills Have Eyes was, you know, uncivilized family versus civilized family. And this here is kind of more of just like, I don't know. It doesn't have that theme throughout the movie of family. This is kind of more just like people fighting for their lives in a dire situation. Either way, I'm just giving that example. What you have here with this movie, like I said, is The Evil Dead versus Evil Dead 2. Screw that. Bad example. I'd say what you have here is Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho and Gus Van Sant's Psycho. That's what you have here with Blair Witch. This is exactly what you have here. That's what you're dealing with here. So, you know, thumbs down for me, man. I'm with the host from Double Toasted. And I remember he called it. He called it because he was the one who said Don't Breathe was awesome. I thought Don't Breathe was awesome too. And I know his co-hosts were like, it was all right. It was all right. You know, the turkey baster twist threw me off, da-da-da. But, you know, I thought it was raw. And when he called it, I was like, maybe I should listen to this dude. I'm with him, man. This movie was trash, man. This movie was just straight up garbage. And it's not, and like I said, it's not garbage because it's not well shot. It's not garbage because the scares aren't okay. It's garbage because it's exactly the same movie with just more money. So that's all I got to say about Blair Witch. Any of us who were teenagers when that came out, for us, don't even go see it. This movie is strictly for kids who were not born when that movie from 1999 came out, or people who were too little to even remember it. That's who this is for. It ain't for us old people who were teenagers when that first movie came out. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and leave whatever comments you want to leave down below about Blair Witch 2006. Man, that movie was garbage, man. RMJ Movie Reviews, I'll see you soon.